and see if I see any sign of, well, I'm not really sure what I'm looking for. You ever heard of anything turning someone to stone like that? I don't know, Snowball says. You're the witch. Is there a spell for that? There is a spell for everything, so long as you know how to do it, I say confidently. But really, I have no idea. I haven't been in Nightshade for that long. I've not long found out I am a witch. I look around. I can see some signs of struggle. Broken branches, lines in the dirt, and so on. Ted fended off his attacker for sure before they got the upper hand. Noted. Unfortunately, since arriving in Nightshade, I have had some experience in this sort of thing. Honestly, I should open up my own PI business out this way. Everyone is always getting themselves into trouble. Next, I look at the spot where Ted had been seated. I see a line of blood splatter, but it's subtle. Probably just a small scratch, but the way it's splattered out in a straight line reminds me of something. Look at this, Snowball, I say, pointing to the thin line of blood in the grass. Reminds me of this one time back home when I donated blood. The nurse pulled the needle out too quick, and my arm spewed a line of blood. Looked kind of like that. So, you think Ted's attacker might have jabbed a vein somewhere on him before he turned all statue-y? Snowball asks, and I nod. I look around a bit more. I notice against the tree some sort of weird sap. I say under my breath, realizing very quickly the clear liquid is probably not tree sap. I touch it. Yeah, don't ever do that. Holy hell, that stings! I scream and yank my hand back. I quickly run my fingers through the grass to get the warm liquid off my hands. Why did you touch it? Snowball scorns me. Don't you judge me, I say, viciously shaking my hand around to attempt to alleviate the throbbing pain in my fingertips. You got your head stuck in a jar the other day. I'm a cat, Suzy, Snowball says matter-of-factly. Whatever, I say. I look at my fingertips. What is that stuff? The first 3 fingers on my right hand are blood red around the nails. It's like I dumped my fingers in boiling water. I wonder if that's some sort of potion, maybe. The liquid seems too thick to be potion. It seems more like tree sap as far as density. Maybe a little thinner than that, but it's definitely not something I plan on touching again. So, what do you think, Ms. Detective? Snowball asks. I have no idea, I say. There are a lot of witches in Nightshade. I'm sure someone here could have done this. But who would want to hurt Ted? He's a good guy. I mean, I don't know him that well, but he always seemed nice. Not the type of guy to have a lot of enemies, he didn't seem. He worked in the garage with Joe, I know. He would always offer me a smile and wave whenever I came by. Maybe there's a cat demon after all the hounds, Snowball suggests, as though she legitimately thinks this is plausible. Then again, I've learned to expect the unexpected around here. You never know, I guess, I say, standing upright. Let's head back to the library. Maybe Doc has found something that can help Ted. Joe sure did look upset. I wonder how close he is with all of his pack members. If Ted works in Joe's garage, I'm sure they're real close, Snowball says, hopping over a fallen tree branch as we make our way out of the woods. It's a good walk to the library. I've been cooped up inside all day, so I don't rush. I need some fresh air, and I'm sure Snowball does too. Being inside the library is great and all, but every once in a while I need some sunshine. I walk slowly, breathing in the fresh air. I think about Val a little bit, allowing my mind to drift. Val, the town's preacher and only local vampire. After our recent adventure together in Hemlock, we've become even closer. I think of our kisses, and my heart starts to flutter at the memories, my cheeks growing warm. I'm glad Snowball isn't paying me any attention. We have only just made it down the first road away from the woods when I see Sprout darting down the road in our direction. Whoa, easy, I shout as he approaches at full speed.